Okay, so hello everyone. I believe we can, start this session. So starting with the first part, let's go through the instructions and set some ground rules for the entire session. Yes. Hello, Santu. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I welcome all of you for this GCSE Maths Guided Mock Solution session, wherein we'll be discussing June 2020 paper. Yes, and I'll be displaying the details shortly. I'll introduce myself. My name is Namrata and I'm a tutor. I'm a maths tutor at Pi Academy. So during this session, we'll be solving selected questions from the respective paper. We'll go through the approach too. I would expect your answers in the chat. So let's also go through the instructions that we have. Please read the questions mindfully. Interpret the question. You can also mark the keywords and then you can start analyzing them before actually solving the question. Yes, because that would give you, an appropriate direction in what concept do you need to apply for solving the question. You may send your answers in the chat so that it will also help me in understanding that, yes, you also are solving with me, and I'll also be able to verify your answers. If in case you have any doubts, you can message me in the chat. So to ensure that, you have a seamless experience in today's session, I would request all of you to please keep your video quality, at least 720p. 720p and above. So yes, I guess we can start with the session. Please give a big thumbs up, a big yes, that yes, we are ready for the session. Okay, great. So let's have the first question of the day. All the best, everyone. Yes, before actually starting, let me share the details too. So we are going to be solving June 2020 paper. Yes, and these are the details. It's a paper 3 calculative paper, higher tier. Yes, Pearson Edexcel. So I wish you all the best. And yes, since we'll be also allowing the use of calculator for this one, I would request all of you to please be ready with a notebook and a calculator and a pen or pencil, whatever you prefer, in order to solve the questions with me. So yes, here we have the first question. I'll increase the size in order to help us understand and view the questions in a better way. So yes, we have the first question and we have some subparts for this one. The very first one is we need to simplify the given expression. So yes, take your time. We'll start discussing within a minute. Great. I guess we can start discussing. We already know whenever the bases are same, we add the powers. For example, if it's am times an, a raised to the power of n, we will be adding up the powers somewhat in this way. So basically here we'll have n raised to the power of 3 plus 5, which is n raised to the power of 8. That's our final answer. Hope you all would have understood this. Please give your confirmation. Great. Moving on to the next question of the day. Here again, we need to simplify and we have a fraction. I'll slide over. Yeah. Take your time. I would request all of you to, please at least, give your confirmation that you're done solving the questions or you're stuck with any part or any step so that, I'll be happy to help you out with the solution too. Apart from this, I'll also get a confirmation that all of you are solving the questions. Thanks a lot. Okay, so Santu has raised a doubt that what if the numbers are different? So does it mean the bases? If the bases are different, it's not possible to, add up the powers. For example, we'll have a look at the, sub question B. I'll guide you through that too. Because here we have two different variables, C and D. So let's see how do we work them out. So we'll have to group the same bases. Okay. So yes, starting with this one. Again, there are rules. There's one more rule here, law of indice, which is a raised m when divided by a raised n, which means we need to have the bases same. When we have the bases same and we are dividing them, we will be taking the difference of the powers. So here, if we carefully observe, it is c raised to the power of 3 divided by c raised to the power of 2. Am I right? So here, we'll be having c raised to the power of 3 minus 2. Again, d raised to the power of 4 minus, if we carefully observe here, we do not have any power, which means this is 1. This will be implicitly taken as 1. So here we have c raised to the power of 1 can be written as c itself, and we have d raised to the power of 3. So that would be c d q. I hope that clears your doubt too. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to our next question. We need to solve this inequality. Again, a minute. We will start discussing after that. I would request all of you to kindly be attentive and please respond. At least comment, give a thumbs up that you are following and you are with us. So yes, let's start with this one now. Here, if we carefully observe, we have an inequality. 5x over 2 is greater than 7. If 5x over 2 is greater than 7, let me move this 2 in the denominator to the other side. Since here, if we carefully observe, it was in the form of a fraction, that is division. So when it goes to the other side, when a number moves to the other side, we have the opposite operation implied. Yes. So here, instead of division, it will be multiplication this time. So that makes it 7 times 2. Great. Moving on to the next step. So that makes it 5x greater than 14. Yes, which will be x. Now here, if we carefully observe, 5 times x. So when 5 goes to the other side, it becomes, yes, division. Absolutely right. So here, the inequality that, that should be followed here should be the value of x should be greater than 14 over 5. Kindly verify your answers and please give a thumbs up if you have got the same one. Great. Moving on to the next question. All the best, everyone. I'll read out the question loudly and mark the keywords in order to help you out. Analyze the question a bit earlier. Okay. Andy cycles a distance of, I'm sorry, my bad. Yes, let me use a highlighter. Yes, Andy cycles a distance of 30 kilometers at an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. He then runs a distance of 12 kilometers at an average speed of 8 kilometers per hour. Work out the total time Andy takes. Give your answer in hours and minutes. Yes. Take your time. We'll start discussing after 1 minute. Great. That's really, I'm really happy to see more responses. Thanks a lot, Vishy, for confirming the answer. Thanks a lot, Santu. Great. Awesome. I would request the others too to please participate in the discussion and please give a thumbs up if you are able to understand the questions and, put up your doubts if in case you need help with any of them. Thank you. Great. We are getting responses for this one. Thanks a lot, Peter. Thanks, Santu. Okay, great. Let's start discussing the solution for this one. Very good. Proud of you. So the very first thing that we'll write down is the formula that we'll be requiring for solving this question. So we all know, yes, speed is equal to distance upon time, which can also be rephrased as time is equal to distance over speed, right? So we'll be using this part in order to solve the question. So based on the first information that has been given to us, what? Andy cycles the distance of 30 kilometers at an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. So what we'll do, we'll take the time taken during cycling. So let me write this down. So time taken during cycling will be how much? 30 kilometers over 24 kilometers per hour. Yes. So when we simplify this, I'll divide this part by 6. Yes. So which will give me 5 over 4. Am I right? And if we further simplify this fraction, we'll get a decimal number that is 1.25. And the answer will be in terms of hours. Yes. Again, time taken for running. Yes, he first cycles and then he starts running too. So time taken during running. That will again be 12 over 8. Yes. Yeah. 12 over 8. And when we further simplify this, we'll divide it by, yes, which number? I guess we can divide it by 4. Yeah, that gives us how much? 3 over 2. That is again 1.5 hours. Awesome. So yes, I believe everyone is on track with me. Great. Thanks a lot, Santu, for confirming. So the total time taken will be how much? We need to add up. That's it. So the total time will be 1.25 plus 1.5 hours. Yes, that is how much? 1.75 hours. Now this is in terms of decimals. And I need to convert this part in terms of hours and minutes. Yes, so that is 2.75 hours. So we need to convert it in terms of hours and minutes. That will give us how much? 2 hours and 0.75 represents how much of the clock? Yeah, 3/4 part. That is how much? 45 minutes. So that is 2 hours and 45 minutes. I hope that's clear. So this question consists of 3 marks and 1 mark for each part. 1 mark will be assigned for time taken during cycling. The time calculated for that, then the time calculated during running, and then the final part, the final mark will be allocated when you calculate the total time. I hope that helps you verify your answer too. Great. Please give a thumbs up if you have got the same answer. Great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Harini. Great. Moving on to the next question of the day. All the best, everyone. I'll read it out. There is a total of 45 boys and girls in a choir. The mean age of 18 boys is 16.2 years. The mean age of 27 girls is 16.7 years. Calculate the mean age of all 45 boys and girls. Take your time. We'll start discussing after you're done, after I start receiving the responses. Thanks a lot. Awesome, amazing. Very good, Rohan. Very good, Peter. Keep it up. I'm also expecting the answer from others too. Okay, so let's start discussing the solution. The very first thing here is to discuss the formulae that will be required here. So mean is basically sum of all observations upon total number of observations. Yes, let me write that down quickly. Mean is sum of all observations upon total number of observations. Okay, so starting with the first part. The mean age of 18 boys is 16.2 years, which means the mean is given. We need to find out the sum of ages of 18 boys. So I'll use a green pen for this. Sum of ages of 18 boys will be what? We need to simply multiply this. Yes, that would give our answer to be how much? We'll keep that as it is rather than, keeping, rather than trying to calculate, let's keep it this way. I'll tell you the reason for that too. Yes, a trick here. So I'll mark it as 1. Now the sum of ages of 27 girls. So that would be 16.7 into how much? Yes, 27. Absolutely right. Okay. So now instead of directly calculating here the answers, what we'll do, we'll substitute them in order to calculate the mean age of all 45 boys and girls. Because yes, when you try to add up 18 plus 27, that adds up to 45. So we'll be using this data in order to calculate our answer. So yes, let's do that. So yes, when I calculate the mean age, let me write that down for all of us. So mean age of all 45 boys and girls will be equal to how much? Let's extend the page. Yes, I'll be using this data. That is 16.2 times 18, 16.2 times 18 plus 16.7 times 27 over how much? We know the formula. Yes, total number of observations. That would be how much? 45. So when we'll be using bed mass for this one. Yes, so we'll first multiply this part. Yes, multiply these two. So after multiplying and adding up, the answer that you will be getting is 742.5 over 45. I hope that's clear. And when we try to divide this part by 45, yeah, do you want me to explain this decimal part too? I hope that's clear. Great. Very good. Yeah. Since I'm getting many responses, yeah, we'll directly jump to the answer. Absolutely right. That is 16.5. Amazing. Very good. You can, keep on you can divide it by 5. We can try and reduce the fraction and then take the division part too. So the answer that you'll receive is 16.5. Amazing. Very good. Moving on to the next question. All the best, everyone. So yes, this is a pretty lengthy one. I'll mark the keywords for you. So yes, there are some counters in a bag. The counters are blue, green or red or yellow. So yes, there are 4 colors. The table shows the probabilities that a counter taken at random from the bag will be blue or will be green. So here is the table. And if you carefully observe, there are 2 unknowns also in the table. The probability that a counter taken at random from the bag will be red is 5 times the probability that the counter will be yellow. There are 300 counters in the bag. Work out the number of yellow counters in the bag. So yes, take your time. We'll start discussing after I start receiving responses in the chat. Very good, Rohan, but a very smaller hint. I would again repeat, we need to find out the number of yellow counters. Yes, you are on the right track. Very good, Harini. Hope you all are enjoying the session. Please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying and you're understanding the solutions of the questions which are being discussed. Okay, Sandhu, we'll start discussing. Great. So as per the information that has been given to us, the probability that a counter taken at random from the bag will be red is 5 times the probability that the counter will be yellow. So let's form, the part in terms of equation, whatever info has been given to us. So the probability of red will be 5 times the probability of yellow. Okay. Now we also have this part, and we always know that the sum of all probabilities will add up to 1. Okay. So I'll start with probability of green plus probability of blue plus probability of red plus probability of yellow equals 1. So based on the table that has been given to us, probability of green is 0.20, blue is 0.32, probability of red using this info is 5 times probability of yellow. So I'll write that down, 5 times probability of yellow, and probability of yellow as it is equals 1. So now if we add this up, yes, this part will be 0.52 plus 6 probability of yellow. I hope you're clear with this part. Any doubts? Okay, great. So now we are moving on to the next step, wherein we'll be shifting 0.52 to the other side. So that becomes 1 minus 0.52, which is 0.48. Yes, 0.48. Now we'll try and find out the probability for yellow. That would be 0.48 divided by 6. That is how much? 0.08. I believe, Rohan, you would have got the answer until now. However, our question is work out the number of yellow counters. So in order to work out the number of yellow counters, so the total counters are how many? I believe they are 300. Right? So if they are 300, so the number of yellow counters will be 300 times 0.08. So when you multiply this, you'll get your answer to be 24. Hope that helps. Awesome. So this question consists of 3 marks, wherein, the part has been divided, as in this working out would be, given approximately 2 marks. And then the final answer will take up 1 mark. Hope that clears. Yes. Okay, I'm moving on to the next one. All the best. I'll read out the question in order to, we'll mark the keywords too. A person's heart beats approximately 10 raised to 5 times each day. A person lives for approximately 81 years. Work out an estimate for the number of times a person's heart beats in their lifetime. Give your answer in standard form, correct to two significant figures. Take your time. We'll start discussing after I start getting the responses. Very good, Rohan. Again, one more part. You need to give your answer in standard form, correct to two significant figures. Yes, you are on the right track. Expecting an answer from those two. Okay, so yes, let's start discussing. So we all already know that 1 year consists of 365 days. Yes, we are excluding the possibility of this being a leap year, like right now. So now what do we have? 1 year is 365 days. So now a person lives for approximately 81 years. So here 81 years will be times 365. So when you calculate this, and since yes, we are allowed the use of calculator here, you'll get your answer as, yeah, 29,565 days. Okay. Moving on to the next part. We need to find out the number of times the heart beats for 81 years. So number of times the heart beats in 81 years, that is the lifetime, 81 years will be, yes, it will be how much? 29,565. 9,565 times, yes, 10 raised 5. Yes, it has been given in the question, the very first sentence. Yes, now we'll try and keep it in the standard form. So that being the reason, I'll try and make it, yes, in this way. So since I'm putting up a decimal point and that too I'm counting the digits, there are 4 digits. So that would be 10 raised 9 here. Absolutely right. Now I'll round it off to the two significant figures. So when we round it off, we get 3 times 10 raised 9. So that would be the answer. I hope that's clear. Great. Yes. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Yes, you may also keep it as 2.9 times 10 raised 9. Even that option would be, even that response will be given right. Moving on to the next one. Thank you. 2 times 10 raised to the power of 12. red blood cells have the total mass of 90 grams. So when we work out, we need to work out the average mass of one red blood cell. And we need to give the answer in standard form. So yes, take your time. We'll start discussing after 1 minute. Yes, very good, Harini. Very good, Rohan. Okay. No, Sandhu, we won't be considering any leap years in the previous question. We'll be considering leap years and, only when, we need, it has been asked that, we'll also have to consider the leap years, then and only then, because we were not mentioned the years, for example, from 1960 to this much. So that being the reason, we won't be considering any leap years. It would just be normal. We'll be multiplying it by 365 days. Hope that clears your doubts, Santu. Please give your confirmation. We can start discussing this question. Okay, so this question again will be solved in a similar manner. So here the average mass of one red cell will be 90 divided by 2 times 10 raised to the power of 12. Yes, that would basically be when we divide this 2 times 1 and 2 times 45. So that would be 45 times 10 raised to the power of minus 12. The reason being a raised minus p is basically 1 upon a raised to the power of p. So yes, we'll be using this part. So now when we need to convert this into standard form, this will be 4.5 times 10 raised minus 11. That would be a standard form. Hope you all would have got the same answer. Please give your confirmation. Yes. Very good, Rohan. Keep it up. Great. Moving on to the next question of the day. Yes. We need to express this part, this calculation as a single fraction in its simplest form. Take your time. We'll start discussing the solution after, we get responses. Okay, Santu. If this specifically asks, we already know leap year occurs after every 4 years. So yes, using that information, you can calculate it in, in that manner. Okay. Yes, let's focus on the present question now. Absolutely right, Rohan. Very good. Okay, so I believe we can start discussing. Hope everyone has finished solving. Please give your confirmation for the same. Okay. So moving on to the solution part of this question. So here, if you observe, we have different denominators. So accordingly, we'll have to first make the denominator common. So we'll cross multiply. So that makes it x times x minus 4 plus 2x times x plus 2 over x plus 2 times x minus 4. We know expansion of brackets. Yes, multiplying term by term. So here we have x times x, that is x square minus 4x plus 2x square plus 4x over, we'll keep the brackets as it is. So now let's search for like terms in the numerator. So here, if we carefully observe this and this part, are like terms again, minus 4x and plus 4x. These are like terms. However, they get cancelled because they have opposite magnitudes. So our answer will be x square plus 2x, that is 3x square, over x plus 2 times x minus 4. That will be your final answer. Hope that helps. Great. Moving on to the next question. We need to expand and simplify this expression. Take your time. Very good, Rohan. Harini, I would request you to please verify your answer. Okay, so I guess we can start discussing. So yes, here we have 3 brackets if we carefully observe. Yes, so let me write down all the 3 at once here. X minus 3, 2x plus 3 times 4x plus 5. So now these are the 3 brackets and these are being multiplied with each other. So now let's consider only these 2 brackets for now. Yes. So now while considering this here, I'll multiply term by term. So I'll multiply x with this bracket and then minus 3 with this bracket again. So I'll write down as x times 2x plus 3 minus 3 times 2x plus 3. Yes. There's no need of displaying a dot. Yes, I'll erase that. But yes, this means multiplication. Yes, I'll keep this in one bracket. And then we have 4x plus 5 as it is. So let's multiply. Since we already know multiplication is a binary operation, we need to take only 2 quantities at a time. So now we are expanding. So yes, we'll multiply term by term again. So that gives us 2x square plus 3x minus 6x minus 9. I hope all would have got this step. Yes. So that is how much? Like terms. So 2x square minus 3x minus 9 in one bracket. And in the next bracket, we have 4x plus 5. Yeah. Again, what we'll be doing? We'll be multiplying term by term. So now what we'll have 4x times this much, then 5 times this much. Now 4x times 2x square minus 3x minus 9 plus 5 times 2x square minus 3x minus 9. So if you start expanding, this is 8x cube minus 12x square minus 36x plus 10x square minus 15x minus 45. Okay, so that is 8x cube. These are like terms. Minus 12 plus 10 is minus 2x square. Minus 36 and minus 15x is how much? When you add this up, you'll get minus 51. Use the same color, that is green, minus 51x. And then it's minus 45 as it is. So yes, that's our final answer. I hope that clears your doubt. Okay, great. Amazing. Very good. Moving on to the next question of the day. Yes. Yeah, let me reduce the size a bit in order to view it properly. Yeah. Here we have the points B, D, E, and F. They lie on a circle. ABC is the tangent to the circle at B. we need to find the size of the angle ABD. You must give the reason for each stage of your working. Yes. Take your time. Very good. Rohan is in full swing, I believe. Very good. I've got the response. Amazing. I would expect others to be equally active and participate in the discussions that we are having. So yes, let's start with discussing the solution for this one. So here that's given that EDBF, right? EDBF is a cyclic quadrilateral. If we carefully observe, yes, the quadrilateral inside the circle. So I'll write that down. Okay. So EDBF is a cyclic quadrilateral. Angle, which means angle DEF plus angle DBF will be 180. Am I right? Yes, this one. DEF and this one. DBF. So since we already know this is 100, so 100 plus angle DBF will be 180 degrees, which means angle DBF will be how much? 80 degrees. Yes, that gives you your first measure of angle. Moving on to the next part. Now we'll only be considering a triangle that is DFB or DBF. That is this one, DBF. Now this is 80 degrees. We have got this part. So now we will be able to get this one unknown. So that is angle BFD will be 180 minus 80 plus 40. That would give you how much? 60 degrees. So even this one is 60 degrees. So we have got this one too. Now we need to find out the size of angle ABD. That is this one. So now ABC is a tangent at B and BF is a chord. So using the which theorem? Alternate segment theorem. Alternate segment theorem. We'll get our answer to be equal to 60. How? Angle ABD will be equal to angle BFD. And that measure is 60 degrees. So that would give you the measure of angle ABD2. Hope that clears your doubt. Yes. Amazing. Great. So here's the solution for this question too. I hope I was able to help you out with the solutions of the few selected questions that we solved today. Great. I would request all of you to kindly visit our website, the official website. That is www.piacademy.co.uk in order to, purchase some more resources as well as for one-on-one tuitions or group classes too. You can also visit our social media page. Yes, that's for all. That is YouTube, Instagram, everything. So you can visit those posts too, and that will help you in your preparation for GCSE exams. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day, everyone.